Morning, how are we all doing today? Lighting is bad because it's actually sunny outside. And I didn't really plan for it being sunny. So, yeah. Oh my god, planning for it to be sunny in the winter in Scotland. That's great. How are we all doing today? I'm feeling quite bright and chipper. That's probably because I am having jelly tots for breakfast. Hey Lucy. Lucy, my cat, has decided to pop in for a visit. She's probably going to start scratching things because that's what she does. Can you hear her? I don't know if the mic picks her up. Hopefully you can, or it'll make me sound like a complete lunatic because you can't hear her. I'm just waiting for her to destroy something. Anyways, today I am going to continue. There we go. Working on this hare picture, which will be the cover page for my bullet journal. I'll make it available to everyone as well. I'll make it as a high-res thing you can download and you can print off if you want to use it as well. And today I thought I'd blather about shamanism, because it's been on my thoughts a lot over the past 12 hours. I didn't get much sleep last night because I was thinking about it. My brain was all over the place. So that is the plan for today. So I'm going to get started on the hair first before I start chatting, so that I know what I'm doing, what my plan is for today. So let's switch over to that one. Cool. If there's any problems with audio, visual or whatever, let me know in the chat. I'm still learning how all these things work. Yeah, so this is my hair, and I'm trying to decide whether or not to go one darker, because how I work is I do a middle shade and then I go darker, and then once I'm happy with how dark it is, then I go lighter. That's kind of how I'm working at the moment. I'm actually thinking I might go one darker because the tips of the ears... Oh, hang on. There's my mouse. Oh. So, yeah, the tips of the ears. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see my mouse. The tips of the ears are usually quite dark. But they're also quite grey as well. Let's have a think. Right, so what I'm going to do is reduce the opacity on the line work. There we go, I can see things a bit better. And I am going to mix up a darker colour on my play mixes layer. So make sure I run this colour. So this was the number 3 was the darkest colour I was using. So we want to go a bit darker, and I think we might want to go a bit bluer. I'll need a bigger brush for this. Hold on. That's better. Bigger brush. So if we go a bit darker, blue. Not wrong one, it's a blender tool I need today. Let's see. Yeah, that's dark enough. Edit, undo. edit, undo. Four. So now we will create a new layer. Layer. Oh, not layer, what am I calling it? It's dark. Dark. 4. Fab. View. Zoom in, view, zoom in, view, zoom in. So I wanted to talk about my shamanic practice today, just because it's been on my mind. I saw a client last night, and it went really well. It's really nice working with clients. We had to do it over Zoom, which isn't, I was going to say it isn't ideal, but it has its pros and cons. You know, some parts of it actually make doing shamanic work easier, believe it or not. Now, when I say shamanic work, when I'm talking about my stuff, I am fully aware that I'm using it as a culturally appropriative term and it doesn't actually apply to me. Unfortunately, I am in an absolutely got into the terrible habit of using it, and I would rather not. So I'm trying to get better at not using it, but I will be using it for a lot of this conversation because it makes it a bit clearer to understand what I'm doing. You can see Lucy in the background there. She wants space on the windowsill. Hold on a second. Hey Lucy. What if move those two out of the way just now? And if I move my plant over a bit, does that give you a bit more space? Where am I going to put my bear? I have a bear. I don't know where to put him now. So I've got one of these bears. I don't know what the material is. I can't remember. So I've got this. He's very cool. Okay, Mr. Bear. So I've got a bear and I've got a deer that's made out of this stuff. I picked them up from a charity shop because they reminded me of my aunt who had a fair collection of these kind of things. I don't know if she's still got them or not. Maybe she does. I haven't spoken to her for a while. Anyways, there we go. Lucy's quite happy. I'm going to have to take a picture of her because it's kind of cute. Lucy, Lucy. I don't normally get to see Lucy that often. She kind of keeps to herself a lot this weather. So it's actually kind of nice. She comes into my room and wants to spend time with me. So what was I talking about? So, shamanism, right. So I'm going to be talking about 2 types of shamanism today, and it might get really confusing, and I apologise. There's shamanism, which is the kind of anthropological term for various indigenous practices that revolve around entering an altered state of consciousness to speak with spirits. I'm not academically inclined, you're going to have to look it up if you want more details. So there's that kind of shamanism. And then there's the shamanism which is people like me who have spiritual experiences and look for a structure and a context to put them in. And there is a practice called core shamanism, which was a guy called Michael Harner, who apparently trained with a lot of Indigenous people, learned a lot of their skills, and then kind of distilled it into a culturally neutral practice called core shamanism. I'm not the best person to talk about this. You may or may not have noticed my brain doesn't function very well these days. Yeah. Okay, right. Scratch the whole start of this conversation. We'll go back to the beginning. Okay, so what I will do instead of trying to do a sensible kind of academic themed discussion, for goodness sake. Somebody's just chapped the door. I'll be back in a minute. I've got it. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, right. Posty's been. I've got a new journal which I'm quite excited about. I like journaling. It's a new brand of journal as well, so it'll be cool. I'll get to see how that compares to what I usually use. Right. Let's try to think how to frame this conversation. My journey to and through core shamanism. That's what we'll call it. Right. Okay. So when I was wee, I used to see lots of spirits. Mostly animals. It was put down to having imaginary friends. So as I became a teenager, I kind of stopped talking to my friends about it quite so much because they just thought it was a bit weird as well. And I struggled quite a lot when I was younger as well. Mental health was hard. I was a pretty moody teenager. Quite unpleasant actually a lot of the time sometimes. You know, was bullied a lot as well, which made me moodier, which didn't help, and pretty much I just didn't speak to people. I just kind of sit in the corner and scowl. I did that for most of my 20s as well, if I'm honest with you. It wasn't until I hit my 30s and got my medication sorted and all that kind of stuff where I actually started to become a functional person who would actually have conversations with people and not be a complete bitch. Right, anyway, so yes, I blocked off all this kind of like seeing spirit just to function. I kind of struggled through art school, so art school was kind of like, although I struggled with people in art school, like I didn't make any friends at art school and I just had a really rubbish time overall. One of the lassies who saw my artwork, she pointed me in the direction of Wicca, which was kind of cool. So she gave me this, it was a very, from where I am now, it was a very simplistic book, but it's kind of like exactly what I needed at the time. It worked out really well. So Wicca is, it's a very new religion. It's not an old religion. If you ever meet someone who says Wicca is like the old religion, they're talking shite. It's not. It's a very new religion. I think it's about 70 or 80 years old or something at most. And it was, although it's been based in like traditional British witchcraft and all that kind of stuff, a lot of it is made up. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with things being made up, that's totally cool, whatever floats your boat, because what I'm talking about is going to have roots in things that are completely made up as well. So anyway, so I read this book on Wicca and I was like, wow, the world is a magical place, and like other people see spirit and they get vibes off rocks and trees talk to them and all that kind of stuff, like total game changer, right? And in Glasgow, in most cities probably, in Glasgow there was an amazing bookshop called Borders. And because I struggled at art school and didn't have a lot of friends and all that kind of stuff, I spent most of my free time in Borders, just hanging out, doing stuff instead of sitting alone in the art school. Anyway, so found the New Age section in Borders and started going through all the books. And eventually I found a book. What was it called? I'm going to look it up to make sure I get the title right, because we're here for a couple hours, so I've got time to get things right. Let's see. Urban Shaman book. There it is. So it's called Urban Shaman by, I apologise if I don't pronounce this correctly, it's called Sergei Kaili King. And it was, I don't know how true it is because there's a lot of suspicious people in the community, but he claims to be like a traditional Hawaiian shaman, and the book basically has a lot of practices that he has shared with people like me, other kind of spiritual seekers and stuff. And I read the book and I took on a lot of the practices at the time. Now this was 2003, 2004, so a fair while ago, so my memory's not that great anyway. So I read this book and I thought, oh my god, this is amazing, shamanism is amazing, this totally describes what I'm doing, and I got really excited about it. And I started kind of looking up stuff about shamanism, and I found out that the word shaman has origins in, I can't remember the name of the people, and I apologise for that. It's not, please trust me when I say it's not because I'm culturally insensitive, it's because my brain isn't working, and even if I saw the word I couldn't pronounce it. But it is a Siberian culture, and I went, oh, I should learn a bit about Siberian shamanism since this is where the word came from. And I eventually came across, actually I'll get it because I've got it. I haven't read it for a while, but it's still one of my favourite books. Should maybe reread it. My drum's making a bid for freedom. So, this book. Oh, my camera's mirrored, hold on. Right. Riding Windhorses by Sarangerel. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that correctly. Unfortunately, she's passed now. She's no longer with us, which is a shame. But this is Riding Windhorses, A Journey into the Heart of Mongolian Shamanism. And this book contains a lot of practices which I am 95% sure it was okay for her to share out with her culture. She is actually a Mongolian shamanism, and she helped with basically raising awareness of their culture. And she seemed like a pretty amazing woman. I wish I could have had the chance to meet her. Anyway, so this book, this is the book that was like, I am a shamanic practitioner, not a shaman, shamanic practitioner. If you meet someone who calls himself a shaman, be very, very wary. I think I've only ever met 2 people who use that title, and they use it because they were given it by other people, and they are the real deal. Not only are they the real deal, they're also very cool people as well. Anyways, Shamanic Practitioner. So I read that book and I adopted a fair few of the practices, and I can't believe I did this. It makes me sound like such a twat. I actually emailed someone at the Circle of Tengerism. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it correctly. Tenger is eternal blue heaven. He's like the god of this particular branch of shamanic practice and animism and all that kind of stuff. I actually emailed one of them and I said, it was basically, hi there, I read this book, is it okay for me to call myself a Tengerist? Right? And the guy who wrote back to me, oh my god, he was lovely, he was so...
A few moments later.
Okay, I think we're back. I hope we're back. Sorry about that. I've been having issues with one of the things that plugs into my USB ports. And like, I have a shortage of USB ports, so I use a thing that has more USB. You plug it into a USB port and it has more USB ports and anyways, right. So my computer doesn't work properly. We'll basically sort it with that. And I've been having hiccups with it for a while. Well, hopefully it'll behave itself. It's Erin is raiding with a party of 6. Hello there, good morning everyone. If you are sticking around to watch, hi, my name's Emma. I'm a Photoshop artist. Currently stuffing my face with sweeties. I'm working on a portrait of a hare for my bullet journal, and I'm also talking about shamanism today. So I'm talking about my shamanism. My camera just decided to goose out though, so my stream just crashed. I'm just back starting again. So here we are. Welcome. So what was I talking about before? Zoom in. Oh yeah, right. So I sent an email to zoom out to the centre of Tengerism. Hey, hi there, Sluggius brought some friends. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Sluggius, and good morning. It's Erin Free. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I apologise. How are you doing? Just having a quiet morning, talking about spiritual stuff. Where was I? So yeah, so I sent this email to this to the Circle of Tengerism, asking if it was okay for me to practice Tengerism, because I was a wee white lassie from Glasgow and I read a book and I thought I was like the bee's knees or the mutt's nuts or whatever you prefer. Anyways, so the guy very kindly messaged me back. It was actually very sweet of him. My god, I can't believe he replied to me. And he was kind of like, that's great, you really enjoyed the book, blah 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 blah. But basically it was Tengrism's our thing, and it's based in our land and our culture and all that kind of stuff, but use the techniques in the book, riding Windhorses, and connect with your own spirits of your own land and stuff. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. I feel like a complete idiot now that I talk about it, but here we are. So anyways, so I did that. I took some time to learn about the spirits of my own land. I especially focused on animal spirits. At the time I would use the term totemism to describe what it was. I wouldn't use that now because, again, it's culturally appropriate if it comes from a specific Native American culture whose name also escapes me just now, and I apologise, and even if I saw the name I probably couldn't pronounce it, so you're going to have to trust me and Google it yourself. So anyways, so I started focusing a lot on animal totemism and stuff, and through that I got interested in kind of generic neo-paganism, for the want of a better term, generic neo-paganism, which is kind of like Wicca. It's a bit of Wicca, a bit of Druidry, a bit of New Age stuff, covers a lot of things, and met a lot of cool people, met a lot of arseholes as well, but I met a lot of cool people, and that was good, and everything was fine, blah blah blah. But I didn't find anybody who really, well, I found a few people, right, I'll be honest, I found a few people who were kind of shamanic in their practice. Yeah, sorry Sluggies, I'm just going off on a ramble today because, like, I had weird dreams and stuff last night. Anyways, so I wanted to actually learn shamanism, like actually go and speak to someone and actually learn it in person. I'm probably catching half of it since I'm pretty sleepy though, so sorry for any misunderstandings. It'd be like that sometimes. it's totally fine. Don't worry about it, I'm just kind of getting stuff out of my head. I'll probably come back and watch this later and I'll be like, oh my god, what the fuck was I talking about? So, where was I? My brain. So I spent years kind of doing my own practice, connecting with individuals who felt the same way, but no one who was really a teacher. And like, how long ago was this? So it began way back in like 2003, 2004. So it would have been after my mum died. So about 5 years ago now. Right, so we're at 5, so 5 years ago, mother had died. I was working on a pretty cool job at the time, and one of the volunteers, we got chatting, and it turns out we are both interested in shamanism. And she's like, oh, I actually see a shamanic practitioner sometimes for healing, and I'm like, oh totally, I'm interested in that. So she put me in touch with this shamanic practitioner, and we did a lot of healing work together, and it was really amazing. It was so good. It's like, it was life changing. It really helped me come to terms with my mother's death and all that kind of stuff. And I told her that I was really interested in like training to become a shamanic practitioner myself. So she's like, oh, you need to go and see I don't know if I should name her on stream or not. I mean, her stuff's on my website, but I'll not name her on stream anyway. You need to go and see so-and-so. She is a shamanic teacher, you know, and that's who trained me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh. So I looked up this woman, and like a few people had like mentioned her before, but hadn't really absorbed it properly. So anyways, so I found out about her, and I was like, oh, she's doing a weekend introductory course not that long from now. I'll book myself into it. So I booked myself into the introductory course. Had an absolutely amazing time. Like, really felt that this is me, this is what I should be doing with my life. So after doing the introductory course, I signed up to do the 2-year course. So I'm currently doing the 2-year Shamanic Practitioner course, which has rolled on to about 3 years now because of the virus that shall not be named. So I'm still doing that training just now, and like while I've been doing the training, I've been looking into like indigenous voices and what they think about people like me doing shamanic practice. And the basic gist of it is that people like me, white people, white mutts who don't really have any connection to their background properly, shouldn't be doing shamanic practice, right? And there's a lot of people who think that we shouldn't do shamanic practice, and there's a lot of people who think we should do shamanic practice. And I'm totally fine with people if they want to call themselves shamanic practitioners or whatever. That's their choice. They have to come to that decision themselves. But we are all humans, yeah, totally. But see, because of, like, I'm British. Well, I hate calling myself British. I'm Scottish, but I happen to find myself living in Britain, and the sooner we get independence, the better. Anyways, you know, we were part of the British Empire. We went out there and we totally trashed all these colonies and wrecked the place and destroyed their cultures and stole bits that we thought were shiny and nice, you know. So I think the least we can do now is listen when indigenous people say "gonna no do that." So I decided, and this is a decision for me, not everybody else has to do it, you know, you have to kind of take on all the evidence. So I should be drawing. I'm getting distracted from my drawing. Oh my god. Right. View. Fit on screen. So, play mixes. We're going to start going lighter now because I'm getting confused with the darkers. And we will do a new layer. Oh, that wasn't even on the play mixes layer. Is that the base layer? That's the base layer. So we'll do a new layer, play mixes 2, layer, new layer, play mixes, we'll call it play mixes light, IGH2, play mixes light. So what we will do, we will stop getting confused. Okay, so that is our base colour. We want to go a bit lighter. So legacy isn't really a factor. You're free to believe in what you want to, regardless of your ancestors' life. That is very, that, you know, it is true. It is true. And the thing is, like, my beliefs haven't changed. It's like I still do spiritual healing. Hi Zenoros34, welcome to the Wolf Herd. We're talking about shamanism. And I'm trying to do a drawing. I should be drawing and then talking about shamanism, but I'm actually talking about shamanism and doing a drawing second. Anyways, so, oh god, I can't think straight. Sorry, I've got executive dysfunction because of my fibromyalgia. Right, so my beliefs haven't changed, right? I still see spirits. I still work with animal spirits. I still use a drum to go on journeys into the other world and all that kind of stuff. I still I do healing work for other people. You know, I still do the same things. I don't want to call it shamanism anymore, right? So getting to a point, we're getting close to finishing this wee story. I'm getting there, close to the end. My cat has decided to come into the room. She's meowing in the background. Hey Lucy. She's sitting down in the corner just now. Hey honey, what's up? She's in a huff because my boyfriend's got his office door closed while he's working. Because my boyfriend is her favourite person. So she's now in here moaning at me because he's got his door closed. Right, so I'm still doing the same things. I just don't want to call them shamanism anymore because that makes me feel really uncomfortable. Now, it's not for me, right? But if other people want to do it, that's fine. Anyways, so I have spent ages trying to find a name to describe what I do. And this morning, we're getting there. So, nearly at the end. Nearly at the end of this ramble. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting to ramble for so long, I'm so sorry. What are we saying? That might be, is that too late? Is that too late? Yeah, that's too late. Edit, undo. Edit, undo. So this morning, I was kind of browsing like internet articles, kind of what I do in the mornings, looking for like inspiration and stuff. And I found this really cool article talking about animism. And animism is the belief, generally, generally, that like everything has spirit. Basically, rocks have spirit, trees have spirit, my computer has spirit, my computer's an arsehole. Also, you can call your branch of shamanism Big Slug Healing, is what I do. Do you know, you actually get people who do healing where you put the snails on people's faces? You can maybe do that with your slugs. That'd be so good. Oh my god. Right. Almost there. So I was reading this article about animism, right, and animism and shamanism have quite a lot of there's a lot of links. Basically, again, you can read an academic article about it at some point. I'm not an academic person. And I saw this term that was, that's the right colour, edit, undo. Hang on, is that the same colour? Is that the same colour? That's just the same colour. What the hell am I doing, man? I'm getting distracted. Jeez, oh. Distracted by my own nonsense. There we go. Oh, right, okay, that'll do. Edit, undo. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated, I apologise. So anyways, and I came across this term called practical animism, which is like, not only do you believe everything has spirit and there's a spiritual world that runs kind of parallel to our world, but you engage with it on a practical level, such as going on journeys and doing healing and all the stuff that I do. And I was like, oh my god, practical animism, that is what I do. So I am no longer a shamanic practitioner, I am a practical animist, and I feel really happy with that label. It's good. It makes me, I don't know, it just makes me feel really happy. So I'm so glad I got there. So I spent a bit of time today messing about with my websites, trying to change everything and stuff, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired after all that rambling. Oh my god, right. That went everywhere. That was a 44-minute ramble plus my stream crashing. Right. It's always a great thing to hear. Yeah, it's nice, you know. And it's kind of hard, like, I didn't grow up in like a conservative environment by any stretch of the imagination, but there wasn't really anybody I could talk to about what I was feeling. I'm trying to think, I'm looking at all these reference pictures, because part of the hair's cream, so maybe I should start going cream instead of yellow. But there's parts of it that have kind of yellow flecks, so I think I might put the yellow flecks in now while I have this colour set up. Right, okay, we're getting there. Oh, brains, brains. My kingdom for some brains. Zoom in. Zoom in. So, okay, enough of me talking. How is everyone doing today? How are we all doing? What's happening? Oh, thank you very much. I mean, it's more, I just like thinking out loud about things. That the problem I have with like talking about these things, like I feel really awkward talking about these things because I'm not academically inclined. I used to be. I'm sure I used to be a lot smarter than I am now, but like I genuinely feel like my brain's deteriorating because of I've got chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and all that kind of stuff, and I think I might have ADHD as well, but trying to get a diagnosis is like a pain in the arse. So it's like I feel really self-conscious talking about these things that I'm absolutely fascinated by, but I struggle to retain the information, and like I just don't feel that I'm smart enough to be talking about this kind of stuff. I should be leaving it for other people to talk about. So, sluggy ways, sleepy slug, condolences, my condolences at the very least, honestly. Don't worry about it, it's just about what you talk about. Okay, thank you very much. So, you guys, I think it's completely fine since you're not harming anyone at all here. Cool, thank you. So, I would like to know, I don't know, what do you guys do? Do you guys stream? What do you stream? Let me know. I'm always looking for cool people to follow and watch. Don't think this is gonna work. I think this might be too detailed. View, zoom out. Oh no, not zoom in, zoom out. Oh my goodness, fit to screen. Oh no, that's okay. View, zoom in, view, zoom in. That's alright, view. Zoom in. Just trying to get all this fur going in the right direction, you know. It's kind of like trying to find the mix between making it look real, not realistic, because if I wanted something to look realistic I'd learn how to do photography. Real enough while at the same time being expressive and not being so hung up on like the minute details, you know, like trying to have fun. Erna's a great artist too. Oh, cool. Excellent. I love following artists. Is it digital art you do or traditional? What kind of stuff are you into drawing? I love putting art streams on in the background. It's just something really nice about hanging with people who are making things. So love doing a hybrid of anime and painterly stuff. Oh, anime, I love the style of anime. It's so good. Like as an art style, it's amazing. It's not something I've got the knack for, but that's totally fine. I don't have to have the knack for it because everybody's got their own vibe. But that's cool. I shall follow you once I've finished up my stream. I'll pop on and have a look. So I know, like my streams, it's all about accountability. Animals are something I need to try drawing. Well, you don't have to. You draw your own thing. I mean, like I can't draw people. Like I really can't. Just my brain doesn't work that way. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't gel with it. I know that probably sounds really silly. Maybe make the brush a bit bigger for this bit. Well, maybe not that big, oh dear. Right, 21, that will do, right. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the reason I started doing art streams is for accountability purposes. I'm a chronic procrastinator, and like if I don't have a routine or a schedule and someone making sure I do that routine and schedule, I just don't do things, basically. So I kind of thought, if I just sit and do a live stream every day when I'm supposed to be doing my art, someone might be watching me and then they might be like, why is that lassie not drawing? Why is she just sitting there? So I kind of feel like I have to draw. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? So it's what it is. You can start with like, animals are pretty fun. I know exactly what you mean in regards to procrastination. Yeah, I think a lot of kind of creative people do procrastinating. I don't know if you guys can hear that bleeping sound. My computer's being a dick. Basically, one of my USB devices isn't connected properly, and I've hauled my computer out and I've plugged everything in and out and back in again, and it's just not working, and it's driving me bonkers. I think it might be my camera, because my camera went off earlier and I had to kind of go offline while I fixed it. So anyways, accountability. So now that I come here, I do 4 2-hour streams a week. So that's 8 hours. Well, it's not really 8 hours because I sit and talk a lot of pish instead of actually making art. But it's kind of cool. It means I do a guaranteed 8 hours of artwork a week, which is 8 more hours than I was doing last year. So not too shabby, my friends, not too shabby. Yeah, and I get to chat with cool people who stop in, which is kind of cool. It's really weird, like I'm not a sociable person. Like I prefer my own company a lot of the time, but but I'm okay. Like a few hours of chatting with people is okay. It's like, it's kind of like, I know it's 2 hours and it's fine, you know, I don't have to stress about it too much. Whereas if you put me in a room with strangers, I'd probably be freaking out, something awful. That's great. I thought of something. Mind disconnected, a very solid method. Windows accident. Oh wow. Yeah, it's the best bit of streaming, to be honest, meeting all the new people. Yeah, totally, it's really cool. It's all these people you'd never normally meet. Like, especially now, like, when I was a kid and started on the internet, I'd spend a lot of time in forums. But I don't even know if people still do forums anymore. Are they still a thing? You know? So like a lot of my internet friends I met through the fairy and thrope and the furry and the pagan communities back in the day. But because forums aren't really a thing much anymore, that's not really happening. Don't know if I like this bit. I've also just realised I'm doing this on the wrong layer because I'm a fucking lemon. But it should be okay, we'll just rename this layer. We'll just rename it and pretend I meant to do it, it's fine. Don't tell anyone. We're fine. There we go, nobody will ever know. No one will ever know that I made a mistake. It's fine. It's all fine, it's all good. Rar, do you want a jelly tot? Okay.
I've got a crumble in my face.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. See you later. That's my partner. Dastardly art criminal. I know. This is the start of my art criminal career. My first of my white collar crimes. Oh my god. Oh no, not zoom in, zoom out. Zoom out. No one will ever suspect me. You have to excuse me, I'm having jelly tots for breakfast. Turns out they're vegan, so I'm absolutely delighted. Gotta get the energy somehow, yeah, totally. I went vegan about, oh god, it must be about 3-4 years ago, can't remember off the top of my head. And I have gained so much weight because the junk food is so nice. Like, I eat so much cake and chocolate now, it's ridiculous. It's like, oh, that chocolate brownie's vegan. If it's vegan, I can have it. Stuff it in my face. It's so bad. Oh my god. And like, I used to volunteer at some of the festivals, vegan festivals, because I used to volunteer for an animal welfare charity. So we used to have stalls at vegan festivals, and like, you'd have your lunch break, so you'd go have a look around all the stalls, and it's like, oh, they're selling a vegan burger. Oh, they're selling vegan fish and chips and batter. Like, oh, vegan brownie. Oh, vegan fudge. Oh, vegan tablet. And it's just, oh my god. Oh, so good. Too much meat and free snacks, Joan. If you don't mind me asking, do you ever have any cravings for meat sometimes? No, not a huge, no. Right, so I am, you'll have to do the maths, right? So I'm 37 now. I went vegetarian when I was 12. And then for the year before I went vegan. So if we assume I went vegan 3 years ago, 4 years ago I went pescatarian because my doctor recommended I tried eating fish to help with my fibromyalgia. It didn't help with my fibromyalgia. And then I went vegan with a friend, the two of us did veganuary Like, you do 30 days of being vegan, and I've just kept going because it was just that easy. So I don't crave meat, like red meat or white meat. I don't crave that because I've been vegetarian for so long. But being pescatarian was really good because I love sushi. I love tuna maki and salmon maki. Absolutely love it. So good. There was a place I used to go to, they did it was I can't remember what type of tuna it was. It was a very pale tuna, and it had like this really kind of expensive mushroom coating thing on it, and it was just like really thin slices. It was so good. So I have a lot of cravings for fish, sushi especially. Have I tried avocado sushi? Hell yes, have I tried avocado sushi. Avocado sushi is the bomb. Oh, it's so good, so tasty. Like, I would go to one of those conveyor belt sushi places, and it would just be like every time the avocado sushi went past, it would be like bump, bump. You'd have this stack of plates that were just avocado sushi. Oh my god, I love avocado sushi. California style avocado sushi is good and easy to make. Avocado is an underrated food in general. Yes, it is. I don't actually eat avocado in the house much, because I hate playing the avocado lottery. You know what I mean when I say avocado lottery? It's like, sorry, I'm burping, I apologise. You get an avocado and you're kind of like, is it ripe yet? Is it ripe yet? Is it ripe yet? Oh, it's ripe for 5 minutes and then it's overripe. Or the other part of the avocado lottery is when you open the avocado, you don't know how big the stone's going to be, so you don't actually know how much avocado you're going to have to eat. It's wild. So I don't take the risk anymore. I just eat avocado when I'm out and about. Or buy, I'm really guilty of this, I buy pre-packed smashed avocado to put on toast. It's so nice. So, phone size, yeah. So, I do love avocado, it's so tasty. It is the good shit, as they say. Can you swear on Twitch? I swear an awful lot. I haven't actually checked the terms of service. I just signed up, didn't even bother reading it. Should have done probably. Oops. Anybody ever read the terms of service of things? I sign up for things all the time. It's like, have you read the terms of service? Nope, but still tick the box. Do, 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 do. Get away with it. Well, Tyler one still tries. In general, I think as long as there's nothing discriminatory going on, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Tyler's been swearing for 5 seconds. Well, that's fine. I like swearing about things. I don't like swearing at people. Except for politicians. Politicians can all go fuck themselves. Especially Boris Johnson, he can fuck himself sideways with a broom. What a prick. I hope none of you are pro-Brexit, by the way. Brexit is an absolute disaster. Oh my god. light 2. So this is our starting colour. We definitely want to go whiter. Do we want to do a big jump? I think we might want to do a big jump actually. Right, is that too big a jump? I think we'll take a chance. If we have to go back, we go back. Undo brush tool. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. If you change your mind, I don't even know the words. And I am still free. Take a chance on me. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. That's really sweet. Thank you. That's cool. I said I'll jump on and I'll look at your stuff once I've finished streaming. I'll be finished in about an hour. Right. Oh, true. Man, you're Australia almost went to hell because of our Prime Minister. Oh, you're Australian. Right, cool. I had a teacher who was resurrected. Good night, good morning. Oh, right, is that you away? Who's away? I'm not understanding, of course I have. For now though, to everyone still watching, have a good night, good morning. Okay, Erin and Free, it's been really nice to meet you. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's really cool, thank you. It's been fun chatting with you. I'll check out your channel once I've finished streaming. Can you look after yourself? Cool, awesome, cool. Got to meet some new people today. I'm quite happy about that. That is very cool. Sweet dreams. Australia is one of those places I want to go to eventually. It's pretty expensive. I've got relatives that stay in Australia. They might put me up. But then Australia's like such a big place. Where would I want to go in Australia? That's the question. Where would I go? I mean, the idea of doing like a road trip right across the outback, like that sounds like kind of like not romantic but romanticised, if that makes sense. It's probably hellish to do. Like, I don't cope very well in hot weather, so being out in the outback's probably not the best place for me. Sluggy time, yeah. Sluggy time. I might draw a slug. I've got a wee list of things that I'm drawing, but I might draw a slug. I used to draw snails a lot, because snails are pretty cool. I'm hoping to talk my other half into letting me get a snail as a pet, but then I don't know if I would want to get like a giant African land snail, or like a pet snail, you know what I mean, because they're not native. So if it got loose or something, what would I do? Or worse, if it got pregnant, because I don't even know if they self-pregnant as well. Well, snails are just a slug and shell. Do you know what I found out? I found out that slugs actually have a shell. It's just, it's inside them, it's not fully formed, apparently. I've not looked it up, it could be someone bullshitting me, but I've heard that, like, kind of the hump on the back where they keep their dick, I think there's a shell in there as well. That's how they keep their dick hard. Oi oi! Sorry, that was really rude, I apologise. Never miss an opportunity to make a dick joke. Slugs are hermaphrodites, not asexual. So they can't reproduce unless there's another one. Like, they can't make themselves pregnant. Maybe I should get a pet slug then. Are snails the same then? Snails are hermaphrodites, not asexual, so it means they can't impregnate themselves. Because if they can't impregnate themselves, then that's good, because I wouldn't want to... Oh, golly gosh, I'm not really doing very well with this bit. This bit looks so much clumsier compared to the other side, oh my god. I'm making a complete mess. Making a mess, I'm making a mess. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay, that's good to know. It's just like I wouldn't want to have a lot of giant African land snail babies to try and find homes for, or like, would you have to kill them if you couldn't find homes for them? Because you can't let them out in the wild. That's like unethical for many, many reasons. So I was wondering if you could keep like native species of snail as pets. I was imagining you could. Like, even if you didn't keep it as a pet for like a long time. Like if you kept it for a while and then let it go and then brought another snail in, maybe? I don't know. Need to think about it better. I also thought about getting stick insects as well, because I remember when I was at school, which was a very long time ago because I am old as all heck, we used to have stick insects in the biology lab, but like they had tanks, but when you cleaned out the stick insects, the tank, you never managed to get them all back in. So they would just end up all over the lab. So you would sit on, you'd have to be careful sitting on a chair because you don't want to squish a stick insect. That's wild. Right. So I think so. Also, slugs don't have a shell, it's more like a cloak to hide their genitals. Ah! That's cool. God, I'm learning loads today, this is pretty awesome. Maybe you can have sea slugs, are pretty. Oh my god, have you seen the leafy sheep? I think it's called leaf sheep, sea slug. It's like bright green. Oh, it's so pretty. I drew one of them a few weeks ago. It's like, oh, they're totally adorable, man. I don't know, can you keep sea slugs as pets? Another thing I was interested in keeping as a pet is an axolotl. I was in a pet shop actually it must have been 2 years ago now, because like I haven't been in a pet shop for a while because of the virus that will not be named, and they had a couple of axolotls. Now, like, I'd seen them online and I'm like, yeah, they're kind of cool, axolotls are kind of fun, but when I saw them in person in the pet shop, I was like, wow, they are gorgeous, like they're so interesting to look at. So, oh yeah, I'm using an eraser, not a pen. That's why it's not drawn. Silly me. Ooh. Where do I want to do lighter? So that bit of the ear's quite light. It only goes down as far as that though. And it's definitely like more of a line than a kind of furry thing. I'm starting to get a headache. I bet it's from all the jelly tots I've been eating instead of eating a proper breakfast. Pro tip, if anybody says all vegans are healthy, you can say no mate, they're not. Because they eat a stupid amount of junk food. And cake, don't forget the cake. Never forget the cake. Axolotls are pretty cute, taking care of endangered species, but big. See, that's one of the things that kind of put me off. It's like, that's a big responsibility because they're extinct in the wild, aren't they? Which is really, really sad. You know, it's actually kind of depressing how many species are extinct in the wild. If I think about it too long, I get too depressed. My therapist always, used to, I don't see a therapist at the moment, but when I saw a therapist, she was like, you know, there's some things in the world that you can't control. You need to think about the things you can control. And it's like, that's all well and good, but the world's going to shit. It's like, I can't not think about that. And one of the ways it's going to shit is having axolotls being extinct. So yeah. Poor wee axolotls. Do I have to make this brush smaller? It's that time in the morning when I'm getting tired. I should maybe drink more caffeine. I don't actually drink a lot of caffeine. Not really, because like I drink a lot of tea, but it's decaf tea I drink now. I have the occasional coffee once in a while. I might have a coffee after this. Might have a cheeky wee coffee. So, I'm not sure how much I'm vibing this. I don't know. I was going to say it's too yellow, but I was intending to go yellow, but I'm going to have to start going a bit whiter now, I think. Let's get this eraser out and let's see what happens. Oh. Oh, pardon me. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Pardon me for being rude. It was not me, it was my food. It just popped up to say hello. Now it's gone back down below. Fit to screen, fit to screen. Have you tried alternative methods of energy, like a stretch routine or a high electrolyte water? I like colours. Does it appear to be bright and bright? It does appear to be very bright. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about the... I didn't plan the colours properly for this. This was... I didn't really think about where the colour was coming from. Sorry, where the light source was coming from. Yeah, my physiotherapist just says I need to do a stretch routine. I just never get round to it. I'm a lazy fuck. Excuse my language. But I'm just incredibly lazy. Yeah, I could have planned this a lot better, but we're okay. We're alright. It is a doodle. Right, let's get some white up in here. What do you look like? Edit, undo, layer, new, layer. Cool. Probably darker tone would look nice. Yeah, ugh. I don't know. And then of course, like, it'll all change when I put the background in, because the colours will look different when you've got, like, colours are all in relation to each other, so it all really depends what colour I do the background as well. And I don't know, I'm just not really vibing it. Let's see if we can fix that. View, zoom in, view. I'll make that a bit smaller. Yeah, ugh. I don't know. I mean, I think I want to go darker in places as well. Like, I will do that. I'll go back and make things darker, I think. I think. Eraser. Looks that way too. Cool. Cool. It's so weird. It's like it's only coming up for 11:30 in the morning just now, and I'm absolutely exhausted. I could sleep for a week. I could sleep the sleep of the dead. Excuse me. Film screen. Thanks for all the fun, Emma, but my last brain cell is desperately trying to make me sleep. Have a sluggy rest of your day. Good luck, have slug. Good luck, have slug. I like that. You have a lovely evening as well. Thanks for hanging out with me, Sluggius. It's been good to see you. Thanks for introducing me to some new people as well. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Sleep tight, okay? Bye. Good luck, have slug. That should be like a motivational poster. Oh, not the razor. Not the razor, read that. Hey Lucy, what's up? What's up, you honey bun? Hey, come on in. There's still space up in the windowsill for you. Up you go. Oh, excuse me. It's amazing how quickly I can run out of energy. Like, my streams are only 2 hours long and I'm just completely exhausted already. That is a joy of fibromyalgia. So yeah, fibromyalgia is pretty crappy. I mean, it's not horrid, it's not gonna kill you or anything like that, but it does, it just grinds you down, wears you out, makes it pretty difficult to do things you enjoy, like make art. You know, I would love to sit here all day, like do like an 8-hour shift basically doing art. I would love to be able to do that, but I'm just so exhausted all the time. And one of the things that's really crap about fibromyalgia is all the people who try and give you like magical medical advice. Oh, if you do this it'll fix it, and it's like, hen, it won't. Seriously. So you can just pack that in now and save us all the trouble. Let's see, my cat's booking herself. Do you think cats can see ghosts? I think cats can see ghosts. Right, view, fit on screen. Right, we just need to fix these eyes, because these eyes are wonky as all heck. View, zoom in, view, zoom in. And view, zoom in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to erase these. And let's make a folder. Colours. And if we move the sketch above it, and then we'll put everything in it. Put play mixes in as well, what the hell. Unlock these just now, and base. Oh, right, we're doing it, we're merging, merge group. Ah! Right, okay, we've done it. Okay, so, view, zoom in, and hopefully that means we can blend all these colours now. Fit the screen. So what if we pick darkest colour, if we make it a bit darker, we go to sketch layer, we'll lock it, and then we'll make this brush bigger because we'll be here all day otherwise, and then that looks a bit washed out, doesn't it? What if we go here? See, that also looks quite washed out, doesn't it? What colour? That's because I'm using a smudge tool. Oh no, I'm not using the smudge tool, I'm using a paintbrush. The layer's locked, that's why I can't paint on it. Okay. So I'm going to lock it again. God, that doesn't even make a difference. What the heck am I doing? Oh, right. Okay, so we will unlock. Oh no, not make invisible, unlock. Right, okay. And then we go to colour picker and go to colours, pick that colour. And we have to do it on the sketch layer because the sketch layer is brush. And if we go to wet media, not wet media, is it dry media? No. General brushes, dry media brushes. No, wet media brushes. Ultimate Inking Thick and Thin, which is this one. But if we make it colour picker, if we make it that colour, or I could just type in the effing number instead of being here all day trying to get it exact. Oh my goodness. What the heck am I doing? Oh. So it feels really weird that I spent about 45 minutes at the start of this stream trying to talk about something serious, and now I'm pretty much kind of sitting here in silence mumbling to myself and stuffing my face with sweets. Yeah. I usually write blogs. I always worry about speaking out loud in case I offend someone. This might be too small. No. Undo it. So, I've got 20 minutes left. It's kind of cool. I think I can get the hair finished, and then when I'm on tomorrow I can do the background and the florals and the wee ideas that I want to get done, you know. Yeah. So when I went to get the post earlier, it was a new journal for me, because I've decided I want to spend a bit of time, like, I love journaling. Journaling's like one of my favourite pastimes. I especially love my bullet journal. I've been bullet journaling for about, oh god, longer than I've been vegan, so about 4 years, 5 years. I could go look it up because I keep them all, but I'm not going to just now. But yeah, a while. I've been bullet journaling for a while. So I've decided I'm going to keep a bullet journal about my garden, pardon me, and about the walks I go on, and the birds and the plants I see when I'm out and about, and what the weather's like. Like, just really get a feel for where I live. That's kind of the plan. Let's see, view, zoom out, oh, view, fit to screen, fit on screen. Cool, right, let's get some erasing done. Let's pick a better eraser. Do you work as an eraser? You do work as an eraser, excellent. Cool, so we'll make you bigger. Hit it, undo. Do you know, I make a lot of mess when I'm drawing, but I don't know, I find the kind of tidying up afterwards very relaxing. You know, there's something quite... Okay, I think you're on the ink layer. Ink layer, that's fine, we can come back to you. The downside is there's always a wee bit of miss, and I've got to make sure I get all the bits. So we go onto the ink layer, which I've called the sketch layer, because usually I do a sketch and then I do an inking later, but I was kind of happy with how my inking went this time, so I decided not to do a second. Cool. So we'll make a new folder, which we will call Here. Don't have to merge it, we'll just keep it all together. So that's the sketch and the colours. Nice. And that's my signature for thingying. Cool. Right. Let's have a think. There's only 10 minutes left in the time I have allocated for this stream, and I am starting to get tired, so I think I'll call it quits today. I'm very happy actually now that I've kind of seen the full piece, you know. I mean, I'm still learning digital art and it could obviously be a lot better, but I think it's pretty cool. So I'm going to muck about with this guy. Excuse me, experiment with like decorative bits and pieces, probably spring florals, that kind of thing, and the background probably will be the colour green. It's spring, this is for my March bullet journal, probably that's the colours we're going to go for. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's really cute. I might do something else with him as well as my bullet journal. I might actually make him into like a proper thing, like a print or something. Anyways, I shall call it quits for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found my ramble about shamanism at the start interesting. Interesting enough to actually look into it a bit more, rather than just listen to me ramble on about it. Always happy to chat about it and kind of learn stuff and talk about books and things I've read about the topic. That was really good. Thank you to everybody who came along for the raid. It was really nice to have extra company this morning. It was really cool. Got to meet some very fun people today. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay, take care. Bye.